Welcome everyone to the Thursday, May 28th work session. Call this meeting to order. Can we have a roll call?
Ms. Austin? Here. Mr. Tuning?
Here.
Ms. Courtney?
Here.
Ms. Justice?
Here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here. Okay, able and for the pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next we can adopt the agenda.
Then moved.
Second. I'll do a roll call.
Ms. Austin?
Yes.
Mr. Tuning?
Yes.
Ms. Courtney?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes. All right, next item. Can y'all hear me with the speaker system? Is that working better?
You might want to pull the mic to you.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Before I put them in, can't hear me through. All right, next we have public comment number 1. Everybody stand up. All right, first up, we have Mr. Giovanni.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm sure. Thank you. My husband's 6'5", so he must let me know. But I'm just here to give you a brief update on Urbanna Main Street, and I also want to thank y'all for voting last time in favor of our planning grant. We did get that in, the request for $75,000, and we will learn by August whether we got it or not. But I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but we have been given almost great assurance that we will be receiving that grant. The committee that we have put together to work on that has already met twice. The members are Dan Caskey, Chris Durand, Marty Hart, Roy Kime, me, and Megan Hall. Did I leave them? That's it. And they've been very engaged and are working hard already. And we will be ready to go for a request for proposal once we learn in August officially that we have gotten that money. And then, as you may know, after we receive that, if we receive the $75,000 grant, we will then be working towards a plan that we will submit for a $1.25 million grant for projects in Urbanna that will cover things, mostly construction and facade sort of beautification, but we can also do things like pocket parks, murals, and other needs around the town. And we all know that there are a lot of those. We look forward to working with the town on that. And that grant will go to the town of Urbanna. That's who will receive the funds, and we will work together to do that. Currently, Main Street is an emerging Main Street program, and in the fall, we will be moving to mobilizing Main Street. The best thing about that is that we will be eligible for even greater grant amounts that we are allowed to submit applications for. Currently, the most that we can get is $15,000. Once we move to mobilizing Main Street, we will be eligible for up to $150,000 in grants annually. And we will be working with the town on further projects we can do. As you'll also know, we last year received a grant for $15,000 for a wayfinding system. And we have gotten 3 proposals in, and we will be working with a local company in Shackelford to do the signs, and we are finalizing that, and they should be in by the end of June. So I just respectfully want to request the town of Urbanna support Urbanna Main Street in the budget, and I know that it's very tight, and there are some interesting options that we've discussed with Marty Hart and Roy in particular, since they are in the finance committee. And if the town could find a way to provide $6,000 towards our newly established position of program director, it will help us to continue doing all these great things that we have planned. Thank you.
Ms. White? Just as a note, we do currently have in the draft budget $1,000 budgeted for Main Street. Up next, we have Mr. Montague.
This is the only most appropriate time to make a comment, but I have been here before and made one about the bridge problem. And we are heavily impacted by that problem as a property owner. And so I want to be involved in the process of figuring out what to do about it. And I have recommended in the past that the town look into replacing the bridge with a dam instead of another bridge, which would be much, from my perspective, much less expensive, much easier, quicker to do, and could possibly be done within days by just demolishing the existing structure and letting it collapse into the opening and fill the rest of it with concrete or concrete blocks and other material that would be able to support the weight of vehicular traffic. And that is really the thing that is lacking right now, because people can still get it there by pedestrian methods, but it's not proper access to that property because it has a boat ramp in addition to all the slips that are rented there. And people need to get in there with vehicular traffic really as soon as they can, because they are cluttering up the street with parking adjacent to our property now. And I want to be as cooperative as possible in getting this brought to as prompt and inexpensive a solution as possible. And I'm urging the council to go and look at what Rosegill Dam looks like, because it, to me, affords an example of the kind of way of handling this problem that could be adapted, and it would need to be redesigned to some extent. But Rosegill Dam has been there for over 100 years. And Rosegill Pond was probably originally a considerably bigger body of water than Jameson's Cove, and probably was a creek. And the dam was put in to create a mill pond, and there was a mill there at one time, and there's still a spillway that supported that mill. And some kind of counterpart to the spillway, it will be needed for Jameson's Cove, but it could be provided through culverts that could be installed at the downstream end of the town marina property, which would provide flushing action for the tide to flow in and out of the cove, which is something that probably is needed and should be maintained. If you're going to have a bridge, it should be a design that might permit access at high tide by canoes and kayaks. But kayakers could launch into the cove possibly from a ramp on the cove side of the town marina and not have to get in through a bridge opening. And that would be much less expensive than maintaining this bridge. The price that I've seen quoted publicly for a new bridge is outrageous. And it's not something the town can afford with its own resources. And it needs to be addressed much more promptly than it will get addressed if you have to wait till you get grants from other levels of government or other agencies that may be more financially pressed than the town of Urbanna is. The federal government is much more bankrupt than the town of Urbanna right now. And most of our biggest single expense of the federal government is interest on the national debt. So I don't think it's realistic to ask the federal government to help the town with this problem from my personal perspective. And I think the town needs to explore ways of handling the problem quickly and economically. I think you will find that culverts are a lot less expensive than bridges. And I'm the owner of property that has culverts on it in Arkansas. So I've had some experience with the expense of culverts. And they are used to go under roads and or under pedestrian pathways. And that's what you can do. People will be able to walk over the culvert if it were put in at the downstream end of the town marina. And that's all you really need to have.
30
there.
seconds, please.
Okay. But anyway, I am wanting to be involved in the process of figuring what to do about it and trying to help in any way I can.
Thank you, Mr. Montague. I will tell you, I do not have anything concrete yet, not as a joke. But we are actively working on a solution to get this bridge. I do appreciate your patience with the traffic and parking down there. So that it's not a dead issue at this point, it's still being pursued.
It's not a bad issue.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Very alive.
All right, next item, we have presentation of the, oh, anybody else would like to speak? Anybody? All right. Next is a budget presentation. That is me.
I'm gonna get the ball on.
So, a little loud there. So just like every year, in your packet, you have a spreadsheet full of numbers. And I think that we can do a little bit better job making it clear for everyone to understand what is in this year's budget. It's just an FYI, I'm the head of the finance committee. We worked through most of March, April, I believe, on this. So this is a presentation of this year's budget. Let me go to the next slide. I put together this. I went and dug up the old budgets for the last couple of years just to give you guys a snapshot. You know, people are wondering how our income and expenses are running compared to previous years. You can see for the most part, the budget is pretty flat, with the exception of the blue spike there. Revenues, we got a pretty good hunk of money in during COVID. Other than that, it's been holding more or less steady. Next slide. And just as an overview, our budget is made of multiple budgets. So we have our general fund, water, the marina, paper fund, the various smaller budget buckets there. And I tried to size them so you can see the relative size. Each one of those budgets has a balance. So if the general fund there is 727 in income, it's 727 out, or vice versa. The income has to meet the expenses. Next slide. Total, sorry, before I skip ahead, total for all those buckets is at the bottom there, 1.25. That's for this year. Next slide. Here is a quick synopsis of the revenue for the year. You'll notice on the left side with the graphs there, the new fiscal year, the proposed budget is in the dark blue. The previous budget we're still operating under until July 1st is the lighter green. And if you look at the different items there along the top, you'll see real estate, you'll see the percent of change. You'll see real estate and food and beverage tax categories have gone up. Some of the other income categories have gone down. Like, for example, pool memberships and fees, we are forecasting, right? But we're forecasted those memberships to be down a little bit based upon historic data. Any questions on this? Next slide, I'll show you why the real estate in particular and food and beverage tax have changed. So here's the reason for the changes. And if I'm going too fast, please tell me. I've been working on this for a while, so I'm using it at the back of my hand. Real estate taxes, if you notice, they're up right at $34,000, 13%. This is due to the fact that we are proposing a 2% bump on our real estate tax rate. It'll go from 21 cents to 23 cents. Local meals tax, that is a $36,000 proposed increase in revenue, 20%. That's due to a 1% increase on the food tax. I had a very helpful citizen point out to me that Matthews County was going from 5 to 6%, and doing the homework, we are actually allowed to set our rate at whatever we would like as a town, but no town has gone higher than 6% in the state, and we don't want to be the first. We'll be the first guinea pig or gopher to stick his head out of the hole on that one. That local meals tax chosen because it'll save us 2 cents on what would be a real estate tax increase. We would be looking at a 4-cent bump instead of a 2-cent bump. And the other advantage to this is, this gets a little bit of the tax burden off of the citizens in town proper and spreads it among, some of our tourism traffic and other people that come here to eat. Also in that category, you see business licenses. We are forecasting those to be a little bit higher, in part because there's an upcoming action where we have to change the way we calculate our business tax fee because of state code. And that'll be coming, I think, next meeting, if I remember right. Other than that, the visitor center, they've been doing a great job selling stuff over here. That's forecast to go up. And pool parties have been doing really good. So you see those are smaller, but definite bumps. The pool party thing's 400% increase. Revenue decreases. Rental of property. That is almost, that one's tricky. We had last year's budget, we had $45,000 in income we were going to get off of the other town hall that we ended up not purchasing. Obviously, we bought a building. We're not renting any part of that building. So this shows as a hit on our revenue for this year, but that town hall is paid for. So honestly, it almost doesn't belong in that category as a decrease. Last year, next item down, transfer in from the arena. Last year, they closed out the grant. We got in $16,400 as a reimbursement. That was just a one-time deal, kind of like, hitting a lottery ticket. It was there. Oyster Festival meals tax. I honestly, personally, this is my personal opinion, believe that one is probably a bit pessimistic. Oyster Festival meals tax is based on the weather, and we just trended based upon the last couple of years. So that one is an educated guess. Pool memberships seem to be going down. The bank franchise tax is going down a little bit. The lodging tax here at the bottom was, again, based upon trending, but so far this year, that is actually going up. So that may not belong in this, but we would rather be pessimistic and underestimate our revenue and balance the budget than try to count revenue that doesn't actually end up coming in. Go to the next slide. Here's our expenditure breakdown. General financial admin's up a little bit. We've got some savings in a couple other categories. One item of note, and it'll be on the next slide, is the pool is up 11%, but we signed a multi-year, 2-year contract on the pool. So next year's pool operating costs are locked. They'll be the same as this year. Anything else? Not really of note there, but big, I would say. Building and grounds. We did add some money into the maintenance budget. Try to fix the trucks up, fix up things around town, save ourselves money in the long run. So you see an increase there in the expenses. But in my mind, that's a longer term savings versus waiting for it to really break and buying something new. Next slide. So here's a good, these tiles give you a good picture here. One other thing under the expense category, the other big item here is that we have some pay raises in here this year. There's a separate slide coming here in a second, you'll see it. You'll see dues and memberships, $18,000. I have not real savings. That's because Michelle can explain it better, but we had to recategorize some of those. The biggest one being the planning district, correct?
Yeah.
So that moved over to the next tile over general financial administration. As you see, buildings, grounds, parks, and rec, I've broken out there that we've added $6,000 for vehicle and equipment supplies. At the bottom left, it's sad. Community development is going down. We're spending less money, unfortunately, because we don't have 4th of July. That one makes me sad. We'll work on it. Oyster Festival is pretty much the same. And that's about it on there. Any questions on this page? All right, next slide. So here are the pay raises. It's proposed that we do a pay raise based upon tenure. As you see at the top, it says raise tiers. They're based by the number of years served here as a town employee. I think the slide pretty much explains for itself. This partially started because of the fact that minimum wage is going up. So we had to bump up the, anyone that was below what's going to be the new minimum wage rate. In particular, you see those marine employees, the third row down, they're getting 6% bump. That's the minimum wage. And over on the right column where it says cost of the raises, those are estimated because they are hourly employees. Their actual pay varies depending on how much they work. Let's see, the next page, we'll cover the other buckets I pointed out earlier. You'll notice they're pretty stagnant. Water is 1.1% forecast decrease in revenue. Again, on the next slide, the marina. The marina is holding out. It's kind of surprising. I expected with the bridge being closed that it was going to, our bookings would drop off, but they haven't. They're actually staying pretty busy. And I've even talked to a couple of people in there that like it being closed now. And honestly, we don't want to leave it like that, but I do understand it because if you're down there and you're liveaboard, you don't have all the traffic and visitors down there so much. But that's it on this one. Next slide. This breaks out the water fund expenditures a little bit. You'll notice the big item there, which we bought, and we used the money last year. We used it to fix the issue up at the pump house. We've got some other pump house work we need to get done, or it looks like we're going to need to get done. So we plumped up the system upgrade budget. Now, that's not the kind of money that's going to replace pipes, all the pipes in the ground, but we have made a good start, I feel like, at the source. You know, start at the water tower, make sure all that's solid, and then we start working our way out. It's part of a bigger project.
Robbie, was the water rate increase on last year's budget, or is it on this year's
There's
budget?
one coming this year on that. It's the base in-town connection fee is going from, that's actually,
Oh, okay.
it is actually going from $54 to I think $60 or something like that. It's not a huge, but it is in town only, and the reason is because we have to close the gap between in and out of town
Right.
for a consideration for the.
But is there another water rate increase due on the new budget?
Well, no, I'm saying there's going to be, actually, if you want to go to the next slide. The underwater system investments, the second bullet there, in-town base water fee is increased slightly. That's coming this year.
Okay.
That's a connection.
Yeah, this connection.
Got nothing to do with rates.
I'm talking about the actual rate.
Oh, no, as far as the actual per gallon rate or anything.
Right.
No, this is the only change.
So the one that happened not long ago is on the old budget. It's last year.
10%.
It's just, was it
Yeah.
10%? Okay.
I believe.
Plus, we did it 2 years.
In a row, yeah, so I didn't know if there was another one due.
This
Because there were
is
5
just
years.
where somebody's gonna build a house.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong. And they have a connection fee, then they're paying more.
This, well, you pay your base fee every month just to be hooked to the system. So if you're at the minimum, instead of paying $54 a month, you'd pay $60.
But you're right, Larry, there's a connect, if you're a new person connecting to the system, there is a water connection fee.
So we are having an increase in.
Yeah, in town.
Okay.
I'm
straight.
This is again a summary of. I know I would do that pretty quick. I'm sure y'all. But this is a pretty good overview. So in summary, the real estate tax increase, the proposal is 2 cents. The proposed 1% on the meals tax. Hanging to the right there, the repair budget's going up on the water system. The in-town base fee is increasing. And then the rest of those are smaller. The bottom left being the upcoming fee overhaul. We're still in the process of getting all that drafted up, but you'll have that for the next meeting, I think it is. That's coming soon. That'll, again, it fixes a couple of things. That's going to give you one cohesive table for our fees. Right now, they're scattered all over the place, so it's a nice consolidated table. And it brings us in line with state code on the business license calculations. So in the end, the bottom right, we're budgeted or balanced at $1.25 million across all those funds. slightly bigger, because the year before was 1.238. And then the next slide, and this is just where we're at, an overview where we're at in this process. We reviewed the budget, came up with it. I'm giving you the presentation now. Next step is we'll take it home and we'll meet up at the next meeting.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Okay, Oyster Fest. Bill, maybe you can help me with this. So we collect a fee from vendors, and that money goes back to the foundation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The meals tax that we collect goes to our budget.
That is correct.
Well, that's what I needed to know.
Yeah, and again, those collections are based upon the weather, really. Cold weather is good for it. And then the 1% increase on the food tax will
Offset.
will be in that. And I will tell you, I don't think that we probably calculated that in. It's not a huge amount of money, but it will be slightly up.
Yeah. You know how I am now. It takes me a minute to remember everything I want to ask. The cost of deputies is in our budget for the Oyster Festival. I saw that. Is that correct?
No, the deputies bill the Urbanna Oyster Festival.
Okay.
The deputies that we occasionally pay would be for the special event.
Okay, we're paying for other events other than Oyster Festival.
Correct.
I
So
see. Okay.
the other thing, Larry, I'd like to mention, a thought for next year would be this money comes in and then we give it back for the business licenses. I'm going to be with the Oyster Festival and we're going to restructure that so that I don't have to take it all in and then give it all back. We're going
They
to
would receive it.
they would maybe just get it directly because
Really
we're only
makes sense.
right. So we're going to work on a plan as to not for this festival, but for 2027. Maybe there's a better way to handle that.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Presentation. Thank you.
All right, next item is a review of our minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept it for the minute.
Second?
Second.
Was that for May
The minutes.
14th or for both?
Both.
All right, then roll call. Roll call.
Ms. Austin?
Yes.
Mr. Tuning?
Yes.
Ms. Courtney?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes. All right, next item, we have an action item.
So in the election section of the state law, there is a requirement that a locality has to give 7 days notice of a person or persons that they are considering to appoint to the governing body. And the council has expressed its intent to consider Mr. Wilson as to take the place of the mayor for the remainder of his term, which is December 31st of this year. And so there is a resolution in the packet that explains that more eloquently. And if the council were to vote on it, it wouldn't be until their next meeting on June 11th.
I move to approve resolution 2026-008, announcing that council is considering Robbie Wilson to fill the unexpired portion of the mayor's term.
Did I understand we can't do it till the next meeting?
Right. This is providing the notice that's required by state law.
Oh, so we have to vote on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Austin?
Yes.
Mr. Tuning?
Yes.
Ms. Courtney?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Do I abstain?
You can
Yes.
vote.
You are,
Right.
you can't vote no.
You can't vote no.
Okay. All right, next item is public comment number 2. Do we have anybody that signed up?
No, sir.
Anybody would like to come forward? Not thrilling presentation? All right, council announcements and requests. Who's it? I'm afraid I'm gonna-
Okay. The council, will be accepting applications to fill if Mr. Wilson is appointed as mayor for the remainder of the unexpired term, then his seat on council will be vacant, and Mary Hansen's seat on council is a current vacancy. And so the council is currently seeking applications of people who are interested. There is an application that is included in the packet, and is it one
Come
more?
on the table over there, if you want to take a paper copy, and they're also going to be on our website. And it is a filled with PDFs, if you like to type things like I do, easier to print out.
And so, the deadline is June the 11th, because there has to be an announcement of the name or names that are being considered, and then the appointment or appointments would be made at the last meeting in June.
Then go down the line, do you have any announcements, Margaret?
No, it's the second Saturday coming.
Mr. Tunin?
No.
I don't have any.
I talked to Don Georgette,
Mhm.
native plant person, and he said that the Payne's Crab House property was looking pretty good considering some incredible rainfall. He said he would really like to order 150 Spartina grasses. He said they're incredibly sturdy and
They're beautiful too.
he said that he feels like the property really needs it. I think he said they were a couple dollars each.
Okay.
He would be glad to put them in. He also got that property designated by the National Wildlife Federation as a certified wildlife habitat. He paid for that for $100. So I said, let us know what this Spartina costs. He said it's really cheap. He would put it all in. But he's very pleased with, there's more properties, there's more sand on that piece of property. And he said he really does feel like we should consider doing a French drain type thing from Montague fence across the road, going towards the condos. That would be he said you could do it 6 or 12 inches, just dig a little trench, 6 or 12 inches, put some rock in it. He said he felt like it would help immensely with the water that's flowing right down Virginia Street because of the asphalt, that it would help absorb some of that. And it would make a difference for the parking lot, the condo, but it would make a big difference in the pay property itself. And it would.
Is it possible for me to ask?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I just wanted to say, this is great, and Main Street has been working with them, but getting a plan for stabilizing that property is a big part of what will be done in the planning grant. So that's really good advice, and this is something we'll be working on together.
He said that he has been working with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also someone that may be willing to help put a bulkhead in there. So that might be even a better solution.
Okay.
I think it really does need something to catch that runoff down that road.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make sure to follow up with you on that.
Okay.
Justice.
I've been working on the 4th of July weekend. I met with Eric Audrey today. He's gonna help me, which I'm thrilled. We've got music all lined up. We got, as I told you last meeting, Friday night, we have a Army band is coming to play. They're not charging us anything, it's free. That'll be anytime between 6 and 9. I'm not sure when they're gonna start, but they're giving us a 90-minute set. And then, Saturday, we've got 2 bands at the Table Park. We're gonna have, Ray Pittman is starting from 1 to 4, and then Sweet Justice. We found, luckily, sponsorship for Sweet Justice, so the town doesn't have to do anything with that. And we'll be playing 5 to 8. Eric is gonna try to working on, he's gonna put his screen outside in the park so we can maybe watch a movie, but we have copyright issues we're working through. I know that Megan wanted a Sandlot movie. We gotta figure out what legally we can do, as far as that, but we do wanna have a movie, or at worst, Eric was saying we could play a recording of TV satellite of the fireworks somewhere else on that screen, since we don't have fireworks. I thought that was kind of clever. Drink a lot of beer and watch the fireworks in the park on the screen. But anyway, we're looking into maybe having sparklers or something for the kids. I got to check that out. We're gonna have vendors. I've already got the hot dog people coming. I've got the mocktail lady coming. I've talked to via Megan Hall, help me hook up with the ice cream people. Do an ice cream truck to come out there and have ice cream for people. I'm working on more vendors and looking for a face painting person. And we're just gonna do the best we can, y'all, with the budget we have. And I want everybody to decorate your homes, please, a patriotic theme. I'm gonna ask the businesses. I need to do a lot more marketing on it. I did get the one flyer out. I'm gonna start pushing it a lot harder. I'm hoping we can keep people here until maybe they go somewhere to see the fireworks somewhere else, so we can keep them here until it gets dark. That'll be bring revenue in other ways. So I'm working on it, and I'm open for suggestions. If anybody would like to share some ideas with me, I would love to hear what you have to say. And I've got a sweet little girl, Shannon, who's going to help me with the bike rally. For the kids, they're going to decorate their bikes, and hopefully we'll get some.
Is she leading?
I want her to lead that.
Oh, let me
that
tell you.
committee.
He wants to know why you haven't called her yet.
Well, I sent her a message, but
Last night, she hasn't called me yet.
well, did she send me a message back?
Is that yours, Shannon?
Well, ask her to send me a message.
She worked for Second Saturday checking IDs, and
Robbie's daughter.
nobody gave her no grief. Me and Robbie, we got grief.
But
She didn't get anything.
Tell her I'll call her tomorrow, I promise. So anyway, that's the 4th of July so far. It's growing. I'll have a lot more. Yes, Kate.
Does anyone have an idea how much dump tape would cost if we get done with the mayor?
Oh.
Money for, I don't know.
She'll dump you.
Or somebody could volunteer to do that. But raise money for the park or,
Going to be mayor.
Talking out of turn.
Anyway, that's all I have for now, but I think if y'all can help me. Oh, yeah, we have the pie, eating contest. Thank you, Christy. It will be sponsored by something different, but it'll be in the park. I think I had to get that straight because they would have been bombarded with people running over the restaurant. But we'll have the pie eating contest in the winter. If they ever even want to eat a pie again after that contest, they will win a year's supply of pies from something different. I think it's like once a month. I don't think it'll be like every day. But I mean, I think that was pretty cool that something different offered to do that. Taylor's working with me on that.
All right.
Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
So this year for July, we normally sold new banners and replaced the current banners. We did not do that this year. With it being the 250th anniversary, what the staff decided was anyone who purchased a banner prior and would like to refly that banner will be more than happy to put it back up. So anybody that purchased one in the past, please drop it off at Town Hall, and that banner will go back up for, the July 4th holiday and be up until Oyster Festival. No charge, nothing. We just want to honor our veterans and say thank you, for their service. There will not be a, dedication like we've done in the past because they are not new banners. But we'll be happy to honor our heroes in any way we can. And that's all you would have to do is if you have a banner or if a banner is currently flying and you would like it to stay up, just let us know. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we would need that by like June 15th so we know what we have and what we need to replace. And so June 15th would be the cutoff. Tom, did you get all that, please?
Gonna fly them until Labor Day?
No, they'll go up.
Oh, Oyster Fest.
Oyster Festival.
Get another little.
You can get another little if you would like.
All right, with that, do I?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yes.
All in